Welcome to Breaking Wire. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The Arctic is transforming from a frozen wilderness into a global hotspot. What was once a remote, icy expanse is now at the center of global attention, as its landscape changes faster than anywhere else on Earth. Once a land of myth and polar bears, it's now a stage for high-stakes politics and economics. The Arctic's legendary isolation is fading, replaced by a rush of nations and corporations eager to stake their claims. Melting ice is revealing vast reserves of oil, gas, and minerals, resources the world craves. These untapped riches are drawing powerful interests, fueling a new era of exploration and competition. New shipping lanes like the Northern Sea Route could revolutionize global trade, slashing travel times between continents. As the ice recedes, these routes become more accessible, promising faster and more efficient connections between Asia, Europe, and North America. Control over these routes means economic power. Whoever dominates these passages can influence the flow of goods and energy across the globe. Russia is rapidly expanding its military presence, reopening bases, and deploying advanced weaponry. Its ambitions are clear: to secure its interests and assert dominance in this emerging frontier. China, calling itself a near-Arctic state, is investing in research and infrastructure, signaling its ambitions. Its growing presence is reshaping the balance of power and raising new questions about the future of the region. These moves are forcing other Arctic nations to respond, escalating competition. The race for influence is intensifying, with alliances shifting and new strategies emerging. The Arctic's strategic value is immense. It's the shortest route for military aircraft between continents. This makes it a critical corridor for both defense and power projection. During the Cold War, it was a critical front. Now its military significance is rising again. The region is once more a focal point for surveillance, deterrence, and military exercises. Whoever controls the Arctic controls a vital global crossroads. It's a gateway for commerce, security, and influence on the world stage. It's about sovereignty, security, and economic interests in a rapidly changing world. The decisions made here will echo far beyond the polar circle. The once quiet north is now a center of geopolitical maneuvering. Every move is watched, every agreement scrutinized, as nations vie for advantage. The stakes have never been higher. The outcome of this contest will shape not just the Arctic, but the future of global politics and the environment. The Arctic's future will shape the world's future. What happens here will affect us all, making the fate of the far north more important than ever before. In this tense and rapidly changing environment, Canada and Sweden have just unveiled a groundbreaking $31 billion air power pact, marking one of the largest defense collaborations in recent Arctic history. This isn't just a standard military contract. It's a far-reaching strategic partnership that's set to reshape the entire landscape of Arctic security for years to come. The deal not only modernizes Canada's air force with cutting-edge technology, but also injects new life into Sweden's defense industry, creating jobs and innovation, and binding their futures together in a shared mission. Both nations are deeply committed to maintaining a stable, rules-based Arctic, emphasizing deterrence and cooperation over aggression or unilateral action. Their message is clear: they'll stand shoulder to shoulder to defend their sovereignty, their interests, and the fragile Arctic environment together. Years in the making, this historic pact is a direct response to Russia's military buildup and China's growing presence in the region, signaling a new resolve. By pooling their resources, sharing expertise, and coordinating strategies, they aim to build a credible, independent defense that doesn't rely solely on outside powers. The agreement signals a new era. Canada and Sweden are now emerging as key players in the high north, shaping the region's destiny. This bold move is sending ripples through global capitals, especially in Washington, as allies and rivals alike reassess their Arctic strategies. It's a decisive step toward true Arctic self-reliance, with both countries investing in their own security and future. This partnership is about strength, stability, and a shared vision for shaping the Arctic's future in a time of uncertainty. The Arctic's balance of power just shifted, and the world is watching closely. Why would Canada and Sweden, separated by an ocean, join forces, shared geography and common threats? Both face vast, harsh Arctic territories that are tough to patrol and defend. They want a peaceful, stable Arctic, but recognize rising military threats. This pact is a deterrent, showing their territories are not undefended. Canada seeks more independence from US defense, while Sweden values its own strong capabilities within NATO. Together they gain strategic autonomy without relying solely on superpowers. Economically, joint development cuts costs and boosts both nations' industries. Sweden's Saab gets a major export. Canada's aerospace sector gains jobs and tech. By sharing R&D and procurement, they get more for their money. The partnership is practical, militarily, strategically, and economically. It's about self-reliance and credible defense. The logic is clear. Together, they're stronger in the Arctic. This $31 billion pact is more than buying jets. It's a deep, multi-layered partnership. Canada will acquire Saab Gripen Arctic Wolf fighters, specially modified for extreme northern conditions. These jets can operate from icy, remote airfields with minimal support. The deal also includes Saab Global Eye surveillance aircraft, flying command centers with powerful radar. Global Eye can monitor vast Arctic areas, providing early warning and real-time intelligence. Technology transfer is key. Much of the assembly and maintenance will happen in Canada. Joint R&D will focus on future Arctic tech, drones, secure communications, advanced sensors. Regular joint training will integrate Canadian and Swedish forces, building common tactics and procedures. This creates a combined air fleet ready for any Arctic crisis. The partnership multiplies their operational reach and effectiveness. It's about building lasting capability, not just buying equipment. Canada and Sweden are preparing for the Arctic's future together. This pact shifts the Arctic's military balance. For years, Russia and the US dominated. Canada and others were junior partners. Now Canada and Sweden form a credible, independent force. Gripen fighters and Global Eye surveillance create a formidable defensive network. They can detect and respond to threats without relying on the US. This raises the cost for any nation considering Arctic provocations. The pact counters gray zone tactics, unannounced flights, naval patrols, or submarine activity. Canada and Sweden can now assert sovereignty in real time. The deal also strengthens NATO, making both countries more capable allies. They're taking responsibility for their own neighborhood, easing the US burden. The Arctic security landscape just got a major upgrade. Some might expect Washington to object. After all, the US is a major player in global defense and a close ally of both Canada and Sweden. But Canada made a surprising choice, selecting Swedish jets over the American alternatives, a move that caught many off guard. Despite its influence, the US can't block the deal or force a different outcome, because Canada and Sweden are fully sovereign nations, free to make their own defense decisions without outside interference. Any attempt to pressure them would risk damaging vital alliances that have been built over decades. Publicly, the US offers congratulations and emphasizes the strength of the partnership, but behind closed doors, there are mixed feelings. Some disappointment, but also understanding of Canada's priorities. Still, the pact ultimately benefits American security interests, because stronger, better equipped allies mean a more secure and stable Arctic region, which is increasingly important. The US has long urged its allies to invest more in their own defenses. This decision is a direct response to that call. Canada and Sweden are now investing in a region that's critical not just to them, but also to the US, and even to Russia. The Gripen was chosen for its lower costs, advanced technology, and proven Arctic suitability, key factors for Canada's unique needs. American jets, while powerful, simply didn't fit what Canada was looking for in this situation. Challenging the decision would mean questioning Canada's right to choose how it defends itself, something the US is careful to avoid. In the end, the US gains a stronger partner and a more stable Arctic, which benefits everyone involved. Ultimately, it's a debate Washington can't win, and in reality, doesn't need to win. The new reality is clear. Allies are stepping up, taking more responsibility, and that's good for everyone's security. The Canada-Sweden Pact is more than a defense deal. It's a sign of the Arctic's future. The region is now a stage for global competition and innovative alliances. Russia and China's actions have awakened the Arctic nations. Expect more mini-alliances and joint training as others follow Canada and Sweden's lead. A northern bloc of democracies could emerge, balancing the superpowers. But more military buildup means higher risks of miscalculation and conflict. Clear rules and communication will be vital to avoid dangerous incidents. The challenge: manage new realities without stumbling into crisis. Arctic nations are asserting control over their future, not just watching from the sidelines. The The next decade will decide if the Arctic is a zone of cooperation or competition. This $31 billion handshake is just the opening move. The game for the top of the world has begun.